Oh! So you've just started Dawntrail, you enter Tuliolol, and you see people running around thinking they're Kirito from SAO, and you think to yourself, I want to do that. So you became a VIPER. VIPER is a super fun melee DPS that uses two swords that can combine into a single twin-bladed sword. It's by far one of the flashiest shots in the game, and has quite a bit going on in its kit. VIPER also starts at level 80, so you have a lot of your kit already available to you. But before we go on, I want to say a quick disclaimer. My Idiot's Guides explain the different weapon skills, spells, and abilities of different jobs. I might touch upon the opener and rotation, however if I do, I will not be discussing it in detail. These guides are meant for you to learn what each individual button does and how it's used or how it flows with others. If you want to see a more in-depth look at the rotation or opener, let me know in the comments, and if the demand is there, I will possibly make a follow-up video that goes through it in depth. Thank you for your understanding. Now let's start with your main combo and your sword gauge. Both Steel Fangs and Dread Fangs are the first part of your combo, and when you use them, you'll notice the sword gauge will be orange on both sides. Dread Fangs will apply a debuff called Noxious Gnash to your target for 20 seconds. That increases your damage dealt to that target by 10%. It can also be extended to 40 seconds. The next part of the combo, which is Hunter Sting or Swift Skin Sting, will give you different buffs based on which one you use, and will make the sword gauge be blue and orange on both sides. Hunter's Sting will grant you a 10% damage buff for 40 seconds called Hunter's Instinct, while Swift Skin Sting will grant you a buff called Swift Scaled that reduces your GCD timer by 15% for 40 seconds, making you able to attack faster. Then for the last part of your combo, if you use Hunter Sting, it'll be Flank Sting Strike or Flank Bang Fang, which are flank positionals. Or if you use Swift Skin Sting, it will be Hind Sting Strike or Hind Bang Fang, which are rear positionals. Using any of these will also reset the sword gauge. Whenever you use any of these combo finishers, it'll grant you a buff that'll buff the next combo finisher in the combo. Each of the buttons will also be surrounded by an orange dotted border, indicating which one to use. You can technically do whatever you please, but the combo will automatically guide you to reapply both buffs and use the correct combo finisher. The outer border of the sword gauge will also indicate which button to press in the combo. All of these buttons will replace Steel Fangs and Dread Fangs, so you don't need to worry about putting them all in your hotbar. To kind of put this into a clear example, let me do the combo and explain each part, starting with Dread Fangs. To apply Noxious Gnash, both outer borders of the sword gauge will turn red, indicating I can use either one of the second combo actions. I'll use Swift Skin Sting first, which will give me Swift Scaled. Both outer borders will be blue now, meaning I can use either combo finisher. Let's use Hind Sting Strike first. Now the combo will reset. Using Steel Fangs, I'll do the combo again. The left part of the sword gauge will now have a red outer border, and Hunter's Sting will only be glowing. Pressing it will give me Hunter's Instinct. The right part of the sword gauge will be glowing blue, and only Flank Bang Fang will be glowing. As you can see, if you press the glowing button, you'll do everything correctly. You can choose to either look at the hotbar or the sword gauge to properly tell you where to go in the combo. The AoE combo operates in a similar fashion. The first part of the combo is either Steel Maw or Dread Maw. Dread Maw will apply Noxious Gnash to all nearby enemies, then into either Hunter's Bite or Swift Skin's Bite. Hunter's Bite will grant you Hunter's Instinct, and Swift Skin's Bite will grant you Swift Scaled. Then into Jagged Maw or Blooded Maw. Using either of the combo finishers will grant you a buff that'll buff the next combo finisher. The sword gauge and the buttons themselves won't really tell you which one to press besides the combo finisher, so keep an eye on your buffs or just alternate between the two. The combo finishers will also trigger Serpent's Tail to change into either Death Rattle for the single target combos or Last Lash for the AoE combo. These are off globals, which you should use after any combo finisher. Also, Death Rattle looks like that Barrel of Monkeys game, so have fun not unseeing that. Before we go on, if you're enjoying this video so far, I highly suggest you subscribe and leave a like, as it helps a lot. If you want to support me even further here on YouTube, you can hit the join button and become a member. It's only $1 a month and anything helps. If you want to support me elsewhere, you can also join my Patreon. While I am still new to Patreon, I will be giving my members the ability to vote on which guide I make next. I'll still keep the YouTube comments in mind, but for the most part, I'm leaving it up to them to decide what job guide I do. I also stream stream on Twitch and YouTube almost every week. So if you want to watch me live, be sure to check out the Twitch link in the description below or look out for my streams on YouTube. Thanks so much for your support. Anyways, moving on to your Twin Blade combo, you'll start by pressing Dreadwinder, which is a weapon skill that has a 40-second cooldown and 2 charges. This will apply Noxus Nash and allow you to use either Hunter's Coil, which has a flank positional and gives you Hunter's Instinct, or Swiftskin's Coil, which has a rear positional and gives you Swift Scaled. Both of these weapon skills will change Twin Fang and Twin Blood to Twin Fang Bite and Twin Blood Bite, respectively. Pressing Hunter's Coil will give you a buff called Hunter's Venom, which will buff Twin Fang Bite, which will then buff Twin Blood Bite. Pressing Swiftskin's Coil will give you a buff called Swiftskin's Venom, which buffs Twin Blood Bite, which then buffs Twin Fang Bite. Like the main combo, the abilities will have an orange dotted border to show you which ones to press. These abilities are also off globals and must be pressed before your next weapon skill. If you press another weapon skill without using both off globals, you'll lose them and cannot press them until you use either Hunter's or Swiftskin's Coil, so make sure to press them. The AoE version of Dreadwinder is Pit of Dread. These two share a cooldown timer and charges. Using Pit of Dread will apply Noxus Nash to all nearby enemies and allow you to use either Hunter's Den or Swiftskin's Den. Using either will change Twin Fang and Twin Blood to Twin Fang Thresh and Twin Blood Thresh, respectively. These will also give you the same buffs as the Dreadwinder versions, and the off globals will have an orange dotted border in order to help you know which ones to press. At level 82, you will unlock Uncoiled Fury and the trait Viper's Rattle. Whenever you use Dreadwinder, Pit of Dread, or your level 86 ability, Serpent's Ire, you'll gain 1 stack of Rattling Coil. These Rattling Coil stacks can be spent on Uncoiled Fury, which is a ranged weapon skill that does quite a bit of damage. At level 92, Uncoiled Fury will change Twin Fang and Twin Blood to Uncoiled Twin Fang and Uncoiled Twin Blood, respectively. Like the Dreadwinder weapon skills, you must press these off globals before pressing another weapon skill. You also have a normal range attack, which is Writhing Snap. Upon reaching level 90, you will unlock Reawaken and your Serpent Offerings gauge. Whenever you use the combo finisher of either your main combo or your AoE combo, you'll gain 10 Serpent Offerings. Whenever you use either weapon skill for Dreadwinder or Pit of Dread, you'll gain 5 Serpent Offerings. When you reach 50 Serpent Offerings, you can use Reawaken. Serpent's Ire will now also grant the ability to use Reawaken without spending any Serpent Offerings. Reawaken will change Steel Fangs, Dread Fangs, Hunter's Coil, and Swiftskin's Coil to 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th generation. These need to be pressed in order from 1st to 4th, as the damage will increase by a lot for each action when you do the combo correctly. At level 96, during Reawakening, the Reawakening button will change to Ouroboros. This is a finisher for the Reawakening combo, so make sure to use it after 4th generation. At level 100, each of the generations will change Serpent's Tail to 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th Legacy. These are off globals that should be pressed in between each weapon skill in order to make the combo do a bunch of damage and look super flashy. Vipers have a gap closer called Slither that you can use to close the distance between yourself and your target. You can also jump to another party member using this as well. You'll get a 3rd charge of Slither at level 84. Overall though, Viper is actually a really fun melee DPS once you get the hang of it. It may have a lot going on at first, but after some practice, it's actually really simple, as all you do most of the time is press the flashing button. But yeah, that basically sums up Viper, so bye!